Hello students, we have already learned how to find the value of a determinant. Now it's time for us to learn how to solve simultaneous equations using Cramer's rule. A very nice rule which normally comes in the exam for 3 marks. Let's learn the Cramer's rule. The sum is solve the following simultaneous equations using Cramer's rule. The equations given are 3x minus 4y is equal to 10 and 4x plus 3y is equal to 5. Let's see how to find the values of x and y using Cramer's rule. The first equation given is 3x minus 4y is equal to 10. Now in Cramer's rule you need to ensure that the equation is in this form. That is variables on one side, the constant on the other side, and it should always be in the alphabetical order. The x term, the y term is equal to the constant term. Let this be equation number 1. So that's the first thing you need to do. You need to ensure that the equation is in this form. Variables on one side, constants on the other side, and the variable should be in the alphabetical order, right? Now look at the second equation. It is also in the required form, that is 4x plus 3y is equal to 5, variables, constant, alphabetical order, right? This is equation number 2. And just one suggestion, it is not compulsory, but it is better if you write the equations one below the other and not side by side, right? So it's always better to write the equations in this form, one below the other. You will understand why, because in this we need to observe the two equations, and better to observe this way when you write it one below the other, right? Now let's learn the Cramer's rule. So first thing, variables on one side, constants on the other side, alphabetical order, write the equations in this form, right? And it is better to write the equations one below the other. After that, we need to form 3 determinants. How many? 3 determinants. The first determinant is denoted by D, D for determinant. Now, how do we form this determinant D? In determinant D, there will be 2 columns, right? The first column will have the coefficients of x. What are the coefficients of x here? 3 and 4. So in the first column, you will write 3 and 4, the coefficients of x. In the second column, you will write the coefficients of y. What are the coefficients of y here? Minus 4 and 3. So you need to write minus 4 and 3. That's the first determinant that you need to form, D. How? The 2 columns, in the first column you write the coefficients of x. In the second column, you write the coefficients of y, right? So it's 3, 4, coefficients of x, minus 4, 3, the coefficients of y. So let's find the value of this determinant. We all know how to find the value of this determinant. So let's do it. 3 3s are in the first bracket, minus 4 into 4 in the second bracket. 3 3s are 9, minus of minus 16, that's 9, plus 16, that's 25. So that's your first determinant D. After D, the next determinant that we need to form is something called as dx. Now, how to form dx? This is your D, right? 3, 4, minus 4, 3. Dx meaning determinant of x, but for our understanding, we will call it delete x. Delete x meaning the coefficients of x which are there in the first column, we need to delete them. Okay? So, this 3, 4, we need to delete. So, first column is empty now. So, in the first column, we need to write the constant terms, that is 10 and 5. So, this is how you find or form dx. So, what is dx? Dx is actually determinant of x, but for our understanding, we will call it delete x. Delete x meaning whatever are the coefficients of x, the ones that we wrote in the first column, we need to delete them and we need to replace them by the constant terms, that is 10 and 5. So, dx will be the constant terms in the first column and the coefficients of y in the second column, right. So, let us find the value of dx, that is 10 into 3 in the first bracket, minus of minus 4 into 5 in the second bracket, right. Let us calculate 10 3s are 30, minus of minus 20, that is 30 plus 20, which is equal to 50. So, that is your second determinant, which is dx. After dx, d is over, dx is over, next has to be dy, right. Now, how to form dy? Now, this is your d, 3, 4, minus 4, 3. These are the coefficients of x, these are the coefficients of y. dy meaning delete y. So, when we say delete y, meaning the second column should be deleted. So, now second column, that is the coefficients of y, should be replaced by the constant terms. So, in dy, x will remain as it is, and in place of y, that is delete y, we will write the constant terms, that is 10 and 5, right. Now, let us find the value of dy, that is 3 into 5 minus 10 into 4, that is 15, minus 40, which is equal to minus 25. So, what we have done so far in this method is, we wrote the equations in the required form, one below the other. Then we formed the three determinants, that is d, dx and dy, where d, the first column are the coefficients of x, the second column are the coefficients of y. Dx is delete x, in the place of x we write the constants, and dy is delete y, in place of y we write the constants, right. Once we are done with this, now it is time for us to apply Cramer's rule to find the values of x and y. Now, what is Cramer's rule? You need to write this in the exam. By Cramer's rule, the formula to find the value of x is as simple as x is equal to dx upon d. We know the value of dx, we know the value of d, we can easily find the value of x. So, x is equal to dx upon d, similarly y will be equal to dy upon d. That is your Cramer's rule. So, x is equal to dx, that is 50, upon d, that is 25. So, it is 50 upon 25, that is 2, and y is equal to dy upon d, that is minus 25 upon 25, that is minus 1. So, x is equal to 2, y is equal to minus 1. Just write the final answer. The solution is x comma y, which is equal to 2 comma minus 1. As simple as that.